Hey everybody, and welcome back to Live Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz, Jackie Later still in Lake Jackson, and it's Halloween. That's right. So, I know you're going to be stuffed with sweets, and in a couple of days you're going to have some stuff left over, whatever. Not generally the chocolates I have left over, but I'm going to show you something you can do with them just for fun. And I've been wanting to do these brownies anyway. So, this is going to be cool. Before we get into it, be sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube-y stuff, ring the notification bell in that corner to get notification. We do these as close to Tuesdays and Fridays as we can. And also, there's a link down the doobly-doo for our merch. We got fake hands. Check out the fake hand. I love this. It's actually got use the fake hand on it. That's what I call that. Our pot holder's got a cuss word on it, so you're gonna love that. Get that for the holidays and send that to some people. It says, "Ow, fuck, it's hot," and an apron and all kind of stuff. But I'm not wearing it because it's Halloween and I'm celebrating my slasher Hawaiian shirt because I live on an island, so that's the thing. Let's just get into the food, and oh yeah, you're gonna love this, man. Oh. If you're into chocolate, at least, and fudge, you're gonna like this. Let's do the thing. Butterfingers. Okay, so I know what you're saying. Leftover, that's not really a thing. But you're going to want some kind of brownie mix. I get the chocolatey fudge brownie stuff. You can the chewy fudge. You can get any kind of brownie mix you want. Just make sure you get the stuff for it. This one takes 2 eggs, some oil, and some water. That's just kind of where I'm showing that. And I'm going to use some vegetable oil here just to kind of coat the pan. Just kind of, it's easier that way. And you want whatever kind of leftover candy you can. I go with the chocolatey stuff, because I don't really just straight up eat that as more of a fruit candy kind of stuff. So get your chocolatey stuff and just cut it up into small pieces. Get you a nice sharp knife. This one I got from Big Scott. But again, these cut pretty well. Just watch your fingers are kind of thick. So if it's not exceptionally sharp, or you're just kind of cutting on something wobbly like a stovetop, it tends to do that. So yeah, I'm using the cleaver mostly because it's the one that's clean right now, and it's more Halloween themed. So just kind of, it doesn't have to be in super small chunks. I try to get it as small as possible. The chocolate itself melts when you're baking everything else, but you don't want just a giant pocket of your candy bar stuff. I'm going to cut up all these except for 2, and then I'll cut those 2 up for something later. I'll show you. So you got these set up. So you got all your oil, your water, your candy bar stuff, your eggs, and your brownie mix. Now I got my my tablespoon here, my super cute tablespoon. We're going to need 3 tablespoons of water. That's the only thing I didn't put over here. So you want to preheat your oven to 325. 325. Let that start preheating on you, okay? So now you need to get you a bowl. Now, the biggest one I got is like my noodle bowl. I need like a decent sized mixing bowl. I got to find one of those. I don't think it's going to fit, so I'm just going to test fit the dry ingredients here. Mostly because it's easier to get the dry ingredients into a new bowl if you got to change them over. I did leave this really long and rattly just because it was ASMR of cooking stuff that Jack likes to talk about putting into there. But yeah, it's not going to fit if I put all the ingredients in just a small bowl. So I'm going to try to find something bigger. I found an old Tupperware bowl. Bam. And swapped it over into there. So put in your mix. Then you want to put 2/3 of the cooking oil in there, and then both your eggs. Now you can crack these down. Remember, it doesn't have to be pretty, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm beating it against a piece of plastic and then open it. Sometimes you get a piece of eggshell. Don't stress that. I've had people that really bothers them, and I understand, but just if the eggshell falls in there, just reach and grab it and pull it out. And then 3 tablespoons of water. Whoop. Magic of TV here is going to go ahead and throw all 3 of those in. I said cool water, but I don't know if that really makes. Now, get you a spatula or something flat. You can get one of our Living Between Paychecks ones, but I just used it for the last recipe, so it was dirty. So I'm just going to use whatever flat rubber spatula here. Be sure to keep scraping all the sides. Now, this can always look daunting. You go to mixing this up, and it's just powder. It's not mixing. Just keep mixing, man. Trust me. See how it's starting to get all chocolatey in the middle? Just keep going. This is, I think, other than like the waiting for the baking part, where it took like 40-something minutes, the mixing took this thing. So I ended up watching the Cinefix Top 100. So it gives you something to do while you're mixing or whatever. I really enjoy their stuff. Clint Gage is actually a really intelligent guy. So get you a 9-inch pan here. I'm using like a pie pan, and spraying it down with my oil so it's easier to cut and pull off and it won't stick. So now this is all mixed. This is what you want it to look like. And then we're going to take and put our candy bar stuff directly in it, okay? So just whoop. I hope I said Clint's name right. I'm not doing it again. So just take and put. I put all but 2 of each of the candy bars in there. Just go ahead and mix it in, and man, it's always a neat surprise. Like, brownie is always great. It's a nice treat. It's cool. Something to take somewhere else for whatever. But if you don't see the candy bars and it's just a whole new thing, it's always really neat. So go ahead and scrape it. Once it's all mixed in, it's going to be super thick. So one of these rubber spatulas is going to scrape it all off the sides like a giant squeegee. is what you need. So just kind of scrape it in there. Again, like I said, it's a 9" by 9". It's a circle. Pie pan works fine. You can use the square ones or the oval ones. That's fine. It just depends on how thick you want your brownies to be, how tall to be, because it'll spread out and fit in there. And be sure to drip some on your stove and not notice, so you'll figure out why something smells like burning later when you're cooking spaghetti or something. So go ahead and kind of mash it flat, give it your spoon in the bowl to your favorite kid to let them lick that stuff, and then we're going to put it in the oven. Oh, you don't have to. Like I said, I completely missed the part. Here's the 2 that I cut up and save for later. Go ahead and sprinkle these on top. Again, they're chocolate, so I want them to melt. I took those 2 big pieces right there that I didn't cut up and stuck them to one side. That's going to be the chef's piece of a brownie. That's going to be the good one. It's going to have those big chunks of that Butterfinger and stuff in there. So just kind of put those in there. Don't worry about it. It cooks perfectly. Put it in your oven and put it in for 40 to 30 minutes, but you're going to have to check it after. Like, I check it at 20 for my first one and every 10 minutes after that. I get on my fake hand here. Yeah, that's my officially licensed fake hand. Pull that out. This has been 30 minutes. You can kind of see where my thumb hole is. But you see how it kind of wiggles a little bit and it's still kind of whatever? Best way to test these is you get a clean toothpick, brand new toothpick, and you want to test it an inch or 2 from the side, right? You see how clean that is? And whoop, poke it in there, and if you pull it out and there's stuff stuck to it, like there's chocolate and stuff, then it's not done yet. Put it in there another again. So 3 to 5 minutes at a time. I did it at 10, so I used the fake hand here. It's still very warm. Put my thumb in the thumb hole, because all brownie's going to have a depression in the thumb hole. So this was after 45 minutes, and I was testing it or so. I stuck it in. It was already stained from the chocolate before, so it came out clean, so I was good to go. It's still hot, and I'm an idiot. I apologize. But this is great. You want to let it cool, and before you cut it, you want to give it about 20 minutes in the fridge. That way it helps solidify it, and then cut it, and you can hand it out. These hold up really well. You might want to keep them in an airtight container or put them in a fridge or something to A, keep the bugs off them, and B, keep them fresh, because it is kind of a baked good. So it's like bread. It'll get stale when you leave it out. It starts to crystallize a little bit. So yeah, serve it next to milk and you are set. These are great right out of the fridge. As soon as you cut them, they're still warm and gooey in the middle, but they're cool on the outside where you can grab them. Like, I'd like to try this with some other candy bars and stuff, but Butterfinger is kind of my go-to. Somebody was like, oh no, I still enjoy the fruity stuff, but I couldn't imagine putting fruits with the chocolate. So if y'all do that, let me know. If y'all want to let me revisit this, tell me. I will absolutely try this again. So you got to try this one. Take it to your office party or Thanksgiving now. And there you have it, folks. A good way to get some brownies, man. Like, how cool is that? Be sure to let us know if you do it differently. You want to see it do this with some other candies and stuff, like I'm ever going to have left over, anything. That's something we got to look into. But let us know. We're on Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon, all those at Live Between Paychecks Kitchen. We're also on Instagram, Live Between. Had to shorten it down over there. You can also find me, Osway Nerdy, on all of those, including Twitter and over on TikTok, where we're doing some interesting nerdy stuff, mostly painting miniatures and looking for action figures. So I will see y'all next time. Happy Halloween. Y'all please, please, please be safe. And I'll see y'all, I guess, Friday.